Hey everybody, Michael Crump back here again, talking about all the latest and the greatest PlayStation 4 homebrew news and much, much more. I hope that you had a happy New Year's, and I cannot wait to see what we have in store for the PlayStation 4 in 2022. With that being said, let's jump straight into the PS4 homebrew news. Do you have one of these? Maybe sitting in a closet, or maybe you're using it with your PSVR? Well, now you can put these to even more use with this homebrew application, and it is called PlayStation Camera Drivers. So there are drivers now for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 cameras that works with Windows 10 and Windows 11. So there's a little bit more information in here of here is part one on how they put this together. Here's part two. Down into this, there's a couple of different repositories of the actual firmware that the camera has on it, as well as a USB device tree viewer. So if you already have one of these wonderful cameras and maybe it's sitting in a box, you can use this now to record video or audio using things such as OBS. So I haven't tried this personally, but I think that if you're in needs for a camera and maybe they're too expensive right now at the moment, you can repurpose your PlayStation 4 camera to use it on Windows. Next up is a project that is called PS4 GDB. So if you're unfamiliar of what GDB is, it's basically a debugger that lets you see what's going on inside of an application once it starts running. So in order for this to work, there is two components. The first is a GDB stub that runs on your PS4, and the second one runs on your desktop. If we scroll down into this project a little bit, we can see that what it is doing here is it is getting the process IDs of what's currently running on your PlayStation 4. So in this example, we can see here are the currently running applications, and we could attach to one of these processes using this command. So in this instance, they are attaching to process 95, which maps right up here to the SCE remote play, and they can debug that application. This is another example of where they're debugging the app that comes installed on PS4s, which is just called Playroom. So the instructions say here to start Playroom, and when the Playroom is running, we need to find out what the process ID is. So we get the process ID, and then we find the eboot.bin. We can attach to PID 112, and you'll now see that PS4 GDB has taken control. Scrolling down into this, you'll be able to do things just like any other PC application. Definitely worth a look through if you are a developer or you just want to understand some of the things that's going on behind the scenes. Next up, we have a couple of patches. So Grand Theft Auto 5, there is now a 60 FPS unlock for it, which will make very notable improvements in the way the game runs on your PS4 or PS4 Pro. Here is an example of it running on the PS4 and then the PS4 Pro. As you can tell, it is much smoother than the original game was when we played it back in the day. So obviously, if you've got a PS4 Pro, for the most part, you're going to see a higher frame rate versus if you just have a regular PlayStation 4. And there is also a complete set of all of these game patches. So on Homebrew News number 2, I mentioned Illusion and his blog, and I had a couple of folks reach out saying, hey, where are the actual patches at? Well, the patches are located here, which I'll put into the description like I always do. And you can see all of the different types of games and what he has done to make them much better. So if we just scroll down through this, I'm going to pick Ratchet and Clank, which is one of my favorites. This is also a 60 FPS unlock. And to apply these, it's quite simple. Down at the bottom, you will see the code for it. So it says code for 1.09. Here is the code, and how you install that is use something like a hex editor, and here are the install instructions. So this walks you through adding the patch that was included right over here to your own game version in order to take advantage of the FPS increase or other features. So since I decided to add in some games, I decided to add in this tweet by Death Diller. And what he is alluding to here is Minecraft PC mods coming to the PlayStation 4 9.00. Now, I'm not a Minecraft player, but I do understand that for the PC version of Minecraft, it is extremely popular. Now, this hasn't been released yet, but if you look through some of these tweets, you may get a couple of samples of some of the things that they are currently working on. Definitely worth checking out if you're all into Minecraft and for PC to PS4 9.00 mods. And then there is this application. It's called Iconit PS4. And what this allows you to do, it allows you to change your game icons on your PS4's main menu. And with the latest release, you can do things such as change the background of any game. Also, I covered changing your avatars in a video a while back. You can now do that with this tool. And then a couple of other performance related features. So taking a very quick peek at this application, I have went ahead and I've downloaded it, and I have ran Orbis FTP on my PS4. I've punched in my IP address and the port defaults to 1337. I'm going to go ahead now and I am going to modify a game icon. So I'm going to go connect here. Now it shows that we are connected. And now we could do things like change the icon or download the icon or take a look at another game. It is showing that we have one of 12 games installed right now, which is about accurate for this PS4. Okay, and there is my YouTube application and then PT. It's also kind of cool in here is that you can download the icon. So let's just take the default and hit save. And there is the icon. So again, you can create your own if you would like to, and you can navigate through a little bit faster if you use this drop down. So we'll just switch over to Guns, Gore, and Cannoli 2. Let's also go ahead and take a look at the avatars. So I'm just going to close that. We're going to run it again. I don't know, maybe there was a way to switch between the two. This time we're going to go to Profile Avatar and we're going to go Connect. And there we go. So obviously you can do things like changing the avatar, downloading the avatar, and it looks like you can even associate a first name and a last name with this. Definitely something cool and fun to check out. Okay, and speaking of icons, there is a site here that is simply called PS4 Game Icons. So there is a variety of different icons that you can use for the tool Iconit, and you can check those out here. So Way Out, we've got Battlefield, and a few more. So let's play with this for a moment. Let's go to, there's some PS5 games, and we've also got some covers. Aliens Fireteam Elite, definitely a game worth checking out. And let's see what else we've got. So Homebrew covers. Okay, so there's an alternative icon for the Homebrew store. And a few more here. I guess these are all for the Retro Arch. These for the temperature application, PS4 Explorer. That one actually looks really nice. And let's see what else is in here. And then just the system icons that comes with the PlayStation 4 system. And it looks like these are going to be updated regularly. And then in PlayStation news, Sony announced the name of the brand new PlayStation 5 VR set, and it is, drum rolls please, VR2. So after hundreds and thousands of dollars spent in meetings and emails. They finally came together and came up with this very unique name, VR2. Let's check out one of the games. Okay, I like it. Okay, now that is pretty cool. All right, I can dig this. Okay, Horizon VR, Call of the Mountain. And then they also gave us this image of the new Sense controllers that you'll be able to use with the PSVR 2. So anyway, this is another one of those wait and see type of things. For the PSVR, which I just had on, some of the better titles was really just Resident Evil 7. There was obviously a few more that came out that was pretty decent. Beat Saber was one. We'll just have to see how well game developers actually pick up on this PSVR 2. I mean, right now people can't even buy a PlayStation 5. So keep that in mind. Next up, in some not so PlayStation 4 news, is that Xbox has started disabling dev mode accounts that have been used for emulation. So what the scoop is here is that most folks just went and paid the $25 and got a developer membership, and then they could run their own homebrew on Xbox consoles. Now, Xbox has been disabling those accounts simply because they haven't published anything to the store. So it's a bit of a kind of a purging or a cleaning out of some of these accounts that have just been sitting there stagnant. I believe that this is going to backfire immensely simply because now without the ability to use dev mode makes it a little bit more intriguing or interesting for folks in the console hacking community to begin to try to hack the Xbox. So interesting developments there. And then lastly, we have a Discord channel where you can jump in, you could talk about PlayStation related homebrew material to Xbox to Nintendo. It was created by this gentleman right here, and it features all of these lovely channels. So if you want to chat with me or you want to chat with other like-minded folks, go there. The link is going to be in the description. Well, that's it for this one. Thank you so very much for watching, and leave a like, leave a comment. I am totally interested in some of the things that you are up to and that you're doing. What's cool in the homebrew scene? Did I miss anything? Is there something I should add to this in the future? Let me know. We're in this together. With that being said, Michael out.